All right. Well, I've reshot this video like 100 times because I can't get it right. I can't figure out how to hook your attention in the first 1.5 seconds and how to be super concise because this idea, it's genuinely super unique. Like very much so. But every time I try to speak it out in like a minute or less, it just comes out like I'm just trying to sell you something. And that's really not what this is. I'm asking for your help. And at the same time, I'm presenting you with a very unique opportunity. And see, it already just doesn't sound very, like what it is. And so I think the only thing I can really do is to speak to the small percent of you that will have the attention span to finish this video. And let me start with lifting the veil and telling you a little bit about what's behind the scenes of our businesses and our brands. So I'm Brandon. I am the founder and CEO of Treeactive and insert other businesses here. And, we have a lot of strengths in our team and a lot of weaknesses. In fact, it's a little bizarre that we are an e-commerce focused team that really isn't that incredible at marketing. In fact, even our packaging kind of sucks. But see, we're really good at making really high quality products. And see, again, that already sounds like a bunch of bullshit, but it's not. See, I'm a consumer of all these different products, just like you are. In fact, probably more so because I'm constantly trying out whatever's new in the market. I'm constantly trying out competitor products and I'm constantly evaluating and trying to figure out, hey, what's working for them? Would that work for us? What can we do better? And see, we've really nailed it for our dietary supplements brands and our USA organic superfood brands. Where we're struggling the most is with our beauty brands, our skincare, hair care, etc. Because we have these core competencies. We have these insanely advantageous assets in our team that me as the CEO, I'm just feeling like I'm holding us back. And see, that number one asset, well, that's our formulation team. In fact, our lead formulator, Kim Nadeau, well, she's possibly autistic. I mean, she literally will wake up in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. dreaming about new formula ideas and can't get back to sleep until she gets to the lab and starts whipping out formulation samples. In fact, I'll wake up those mornings with a million text messages about all these ideas. And it's just like, and see, what the process is Kim will whip up these lab samples and then she'll send them out to me and to the rest of my team, maybe to some of our friends, some of our family. And she's looking for feedback. You know, how's the texture? How's the scent? How's the product work? How's it compared to top products in the market, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And don't get me wrong, we love it, but we can't keep up with her. I mean, she has the capacity to create 10, 20, probably even 30 different formulas in any given month. But we're only able to launch like 1, maybe 2 products out of those 30 because, well, we have a lot of stuff to do. And it takes time to experiment with all these different formulas, especially when we have to compare to the various competitor products and whatever's going viral, we're buying that and trying that out. And so I really feel like the biggest bottleneck to our success as a brand, but also our success in being able to create value for the market, that's you guys. Well, I think the biggest bottleneck is me. So that's what this is about. For what I believe is going to be the first time ever, we're going to transition from a team that does things internally to a team that does things externally. See, that's another thing that I'm seeing in the market is that there's just this lack of transparency. I mean, really, maybe even in the world today, there's just this lack of authenticity, this lack of truth. Well, we're going to do our part to start lifting that veil, show you what's going on behind the scenes, and ask you to become part of it. And so now you're probably asking yourself, okay, what's the catch? Or all right, how do I benefit? All right, well, here's the deal. Kim will continue to send us all of her crazy ideas with all the different formulation lab samples. But in addition to that, we're going to be creating a community that she will also be sending these formulation samples to. That way we can be getting direct feedback from you guys. Not just in how are these formulas, but what products ought we create? What ought we prioritize? And so you can tell us about your favorite products in the market or what you see going viral, and we can make them cheaper, we can make them cleaner, we can make them better, and we can make them ours. And it's not just the formulas. Let's recreate the entire brand. Like I said, our branding sucks, our packaging sucks. Help us with a new logo. Help us with new design aesthetics. We'll be posting that kind of stuff to our community and asking for your opinions. Our designers will get to work, mock up samples, and ask for your feedback. And so we'll be starting with Treeactive, our hero beauty and cosmetic brand. But if you guys are really liking this, we'll extend it out to all of our other health and wellness brands. And don't worry, no, we're not some huge company or anything like that. We just have a lot of ideas, and we like to act on them. It's getting harder and harder to compete against these mega corporation brands. In fact, a lot of these founder-owned brands that are probably some of your favorites, well, you might not know this, but the majority of them have been bought out by these mega companies. And they still retain that same founder story of whatever the pain point was that the founder experienced in their life, and it led them to the creation of this new brand. Well, sometimes those stories are real and sometimes they're BS. But when a mega corporation takes over the brand, they retain the story, but they're not providing the same heart and soul, the same spirit infused into the brands. And so, do you even know who it is that you're energizing with your purchases? Well, that's what we're doing. In fact, we expect for this to succeed so well that other brands, other teams are going to start doing the same thing. This whole idea of leading with transparency, leading with truth, because you guys ought to know everything about the team, the business, etc., before you buy. But we're even going to be taking it one step further, because not only are you going to know everything about us, you're going to become part of us, and we're going to become part of you. You tell us the pain points that you're having with your skin conditions or your hair, or whether it's prices in the markets going up, or whether it's whatever, and we'll respond. You will be getting access to Kim. And so look, I don't have the whole thing mapped out. In fact, I'm going to be asking for a lot of leeway from you, because even the first bunch of samples, honestly, we just use whatever sample packaging we have floating around our lab. And it doesn't really look that nice, to be honest. But our main goal is just try to keep things as accessible as possible, meaning as low cost as possible. Because it's more important to us that we get as many different formulations into your hands at the cost that it takes for us to do so. And so for those of you that are joining us early, you'll be watching us and helping us evolve as we go. Better branding, better packaging, always top-notch formulations, but formulations that are in alignment with what exactly it is that you want. And by the way, for those of you that are content creators or maybe like content creator curious, well, this might be a really, really good opportunity because, like I keep saying, this is unique. And get this, one of our content creators last year made over $40,000 from our commissions with just one video. And then she did 2 follow-up videos a couple days after that earned her an extra 15 to 20. That's insane. And so we also want to be creating those kinds of opportunities for our community as well. All right, well, if you're liking what you're hearing so far, if this is sounding interesting to you, or if you're just curious about it, then next steps is just to reach out to us. Shoot us a DM. Even better is if you share this video directly to us. Then we know where you're coming from. So start a DM and don't be shy. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Why are you interested? Or whatever you want to share about yourself. Like I said, we're actually trying to create a genuine community. You'll be talking directly to me. You'll be talking directly to Kim. You'll be talking directly to our team members that are all involved with helping to bring whatever it is you want into reality. And then after that, we'll show you how you can start picking out some samples. In fact, I just talked to Kim earlier today, and she said she's already made 30 different formulation samples. She has 80 to 100 units of each one. So reach out to us, tell us how many samples you want. We'll help to curate a little box for you. And that's it. No strings attached. We'll get you the samples. We'll ask for your feedback. And as this starts growing, we'll build a community for us all to hang out. P.S. I wasn't going to share this idea in this video because, honestly, there's a lot more to think through, and I'm kind of bumping into some legal issues, unfortunately. So I'm trying to think of a way to give our community members equity in this brand, actual ownership, real percentage ownership of this brand. You would become my business partner. I mean, honestly, how cool would that be if 50 of us, 100 of us, 1,000 of us all come together and create this $5 million, $20 million, $100 million brand. I mean, hey, there are some brands that are over $1 billion in value. And look, it's not all about the money, but it's also not all about the money, if you know what I mean. So, hey, look, if we can create some value together and build something really cool along the way, then, why not do that? So what are you waiting for? There's honestly a whole lot more to this idea, but that's the gist. And so if you're interested, reach out to us. And if you don't mind, like the video, give us a follow, share this with whoever you think might be interested. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your best friend, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dog, your first crush, your favorite teacher from elementary school, your coworker, the guy that held the door open for you last week, the woman that let you go at that four-way stop, the TSA agent that got a little handsy at the airport, your trainer, your therapist, your lawyer, your accountant. Just go ahead and hit the share button and go down your list. No one will hate you for it. All right, well, comment Stegosaurus in the box below. It won't do anything, but it's kind of just a fun word to say, and let's see how you spell it. All right, well, look forward to hearing from you.